Rick, it's good to see you.
Hey, Keith Jones, always great to be with you, my friend.
Thank you. This is comes from a quote. The title of this is actually inspired by a quote from Dr. Seuss's book, The Mayo Clinic Guide to Stress-Free Living. I've been reading this book over the last 10 years, gotten so much out of it, and continue to read a page each day. And when I read each page, even though I read it before, it resonates with me differently because since the last time I read it, I put it into practice. And so when I come back up to that passage again, it's a different me that's reading it, which is beautiful. It's kind of like a baseball player that, is working on hitting a curveball. Every time they come back up to the plate to hit that curveball, it's a different person hitting that curveball. They've had more reps, and that's how I feel if they've been practicing. So this one is spirituality has many definitions. At its core, spirituality is how we treat each other. So I would love for you to kind of riff on that a little bit, Rick.
Wow, that's the podcast. Let's go home. I don't think I can improve on that at all. Well, let me just expand a little bit on that. My experience with spirituality it involves two components, and this is just me personally, but my two components for spirituality are number one, an open-hearted kindness toward others and self. Open-hearted kindness toward others and self. And then, secondly, to recognize that I'm part of a matrix of life, that the matrix extends beyond me, obviously, and beyond my family, and beyond Arizona, and beyond the US, and beyond Europe. It's the whole world. It's all sentient beings. Everything that's alive is part of that matrix, that fabric of living. And I'm part of it. I'm part of it. But I'm no bigger or smaller than the next guy or the next worm or the next whatever being there is. So my idea of being part of something bigger than myself and being open-hearted and kind to others and myself allows me to relax into a life that has less stress, that has more goodwill
Yeah,
and more power, personal power for myself. That's not the goal. I don't want to get power, but I feel empowered by
yeah.
having those two things going for me.
Rick, that is absolutely beautiful. You nailed it. That is the podcast.
Let's have a hot dog.
Yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, when people talk about, the practice that you and I do, which are a few exercises every day, that we start our days off with, that's the performative part of it. But the actual living part of the practice is how you apply that throughout the day. And the best way to apply it is how you treat others and yourself. So when people talk about, what they believe or where they, their religion or spirituality, I'm like, that's interesting because it's not showing up in the way you treat other people.
That's so true.
So,
That's so
so
true.
I mean, do you want to be the walking advertisement or promoter for that religion or that belief or that because the way you treat others isn't what it says in its text. And so if I think the practice is something that is so, you know, powerful or empowering and beautiful and wonderful and freeing, if I think it's that, then hopefully it's reflected in the way that I treat others and treat myself. And that's a great way to stay focused and stay, grounded about what the main thing is. And, I feel like some days I'm really doing great. Other days I need a little bit more work. And so, and that's the journey. But yeah, spirituality, I do believe, is the way in which you treat other people. And it's little things too, Rick. It doesn't have to be the big things that you do occasionally. Like for example, you go and care for those who have less, in terms of feeding the homeless or clothing drives and things like that. I mean, that's appreciated. But it's the little things. I think about it when I'm on the pickleball court and a ball rolls over into my court. I just toss it over my shoulder, or do I look the person in the eye and toss it back to them and make that connection even for a brief moment? And they may not thank me or do anything else. That's their path. My path is that I give it with love. Was I present? Oftentimes I will see people, doing ball drills, and a ball's over a court, and they're walking by and trying to pick them up one at a time. And I have like a little tool that will pick up, 40 balls just like that. So I'll run over to their court and help pick up the balls, not because I want to be thanked for it. I'm just like, man, there's a way for me to serve. And the beautiful thing about ToBeRe and what I get to do in ToBeRe is that it's one where I'm constantly serving throughout the entire day. What a beautiful opportunity and practice every single day. And then I try to apply this in every aspect of my life, making conversation with people and nurturing the human to human connection with people that I meet for the very first time. It's just it's wonderful. People, often comment like, "Man, Keith, you know everybody." It's like, yeah, I do, because I take time to know everybody. I just feel like everyone is my teacher. Everyone can bless, that people are blessed in my life, left and right. And I just wanted to take a moment to stop and honor because they didn't have to do that, but they did. And I'm just, so grateful. So I'm hoping that I'm living a life in which my spirituality is really prevalent. That is throughout my whole life. Well, what does he believe in? Love. That's what that guy believes in. What path is this? What is this guy on? Path of peace. That's what that guy's on. He's not upset about that. No, man. Keith is on something else, man. What is he on? Open-heartedness. That's what that guy's on. So I'm just really grateful. And you turned me on to this path years ago, Rick, when you talked to me about the importance of being rooted in nature and how it could be a grounding to being, liberated and free and connected. The benefit of taking, respites and having moments of just silence. Not that there's no external noise going on, but silence inside. Like, man, what a gift you gave me. So thank you, Rick. I love you.
I love you. Thanks for the compliments, Keith. But man, it's all you, brother. I'm telling you, you can tell someone whose spirituality and the way that you're defining it with kindness by being around them. And I think people who are around you, when they take a big hit of Keith Jones, their life is better. And it certainly has made mine better knowing you and being part of your life. And I really appreciate that.
Wow. Thank you, Rick. I love you. Thank you so
I love
much.
you. I love you, brother. Adios.
Adios.